Hi, and welcome to this episode of Inside the Brick Box LEGO Community News on this Valentine's Day. Bah humbug. Today on the show, we've got a lot of controversy things going up, and someone
on
this.
Darren?
It's me.
Always happens.
Sorry, I should have checked. My fault, folks.
On this episode, Inside the Brick Box, it's not a show without something going wrong. We'll be looking at some cool, controversial items today, including things about a show in Australia, through to exclusive LEGO kits. AFOL's I'm really not happy about the price. This and much more on this episode of Inside the Brick Box. I'd like to welcome to the panel today. We got RRB as usual.
What's up?
We got Darren's popped in again. Nice to see you again, mate.
No worries. Welcome from Mexico, people.
And my oldest sister of my trio, Bree of NBC.
Hey, Aussie Brit chicks. Stop.
Okay, who's doing it now?
Doing what now?
I can hear the stream in the background.
Not me.
Echo. I think it's just Echo.
It's just your imagination. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, just make sure I get on the right page first. Let's start off with a bit of controversial. Controversial. Oh god, this is a bad echo. Oh, don't tell me it's me.
Well, if it's you, it's too late.
No. Is it echoing in your end?
No.
It might be you. Sorry, guys. Just working out some audio issues. Yes, it's you, ABC.
Yeah, I just went through the revolving door because I thought about it in me.
Hangouts has been a pain this week, guys. Sorry about this.
Yeah, it's also poor network connections too.
So,
lol, Douglas. Mega Bloks bought out Lego. Yeah, okay.
oh, you can't see me poking in the tongue. Okay, are we all right? RRB, it wasn't you. It was ABC.
Oh, okay. All good.
Are we okay now?
Yeah, okay. Okay. The LEGO Classic 60th anniversary. Now, this is not the actual things I've heard online, but a lot of them have been through YouTubers and other forums online. Yes, they've been selling out, but they're complaining the price per brick isn't worth the purchase. So
you're paying for a pretty box.
You're paying for a collector's edition.
Yeah. As you can see in this picture, it does say 64 pieces. But the box, if people don't know, the box is actually a slide-out sleeve.
It's a cardboard sleeve.
So, yeah. And it's not like it's anything fantastic. And I forget how much they said it was going for.
$20.
Oh, yeah, 20. Yeah, there we go. $20 US.
So it's not a fully printed box. It's just a cardboard sleeve over a box.
Yeah. A lot of not happy AFLs out there.
Here we go again.
Very disappointing. I'm not sad about this not being available in Australia. I've said it before. I'm saying it again. Not disappointed.
I don't know what. Oh, forget, please don't be me.
But yes, truly they should have just been a free with purchase thing.
Test 1 2. It's you again, ABC. Damn it. Having that night again. If it wasn't ABC trying to get his stream up, was it last night for the build? We've been doing the revolving doors lately as well, guys. So sorry about the quality of the stream tonight. It's just how it's going with it. So, so yeah, no, I see a lot of people are not really happy. Yes, I do agree. It should have been free with purchase type of kit. Do you agree, Darren?
Yeah, I think so. It's already flipping for very big money on eBay from what I've seen.
Yeah. In my mind, that's all it's worth in mine. It shouldn't have been exclusive through Walmart. It would have been better off just as maybe a later on in the year set part of the shop at home and Lego stores would have been a better offer. And that would have drive direct sales, in my mind, to Lego. But the other set was just basically reprinted Lego set out there. What we've got in Australia, what's just an ordinary, what do you call it, box. That one I understand, but this, nah.
Man, you think, Adam, you think that's bad? I just looked up what Darren just said on eBay. People are actually spending $100 on this on eBay.
Oh god.
Yeah.
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 No.
Holy smokes.
And people are full.
What's the other one set number?
I would not know.
4069. Yeah, they're both selling for $100.
Yeah.
Far out. God.
29's the one that was a complete sellout when first
they're both.
But what I've heard, they're all sold out now. So, yeah. As much as people are complaining about the price, and as some people say, it's not like the bricks are similar to the old bricks. Are actually just modern bricks of the originals.
Yeah.
It's not as good, especially the window down here on the windmill. Everyone was expecting it to be the old-fashioned type of window.
The car hasn't been as widely marketed. I haven't really seen many pictures of that.
Yeah.
The Utes, I guess it is.
But I tell you one thing, I would have loved to see this logo on all the Lego kits this year. That would have been something special.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool. It's on the Lego Shop at Home exclusive one.
Yeah, I reckon that should have been on all the Lego boxes this year. Just have a yesteryear feel of the Lego logo for 12 months. Yeah, that would have been a lot better than bringing out basically a sleeve set.
Yeah.
So, ABC's out with audio issues. Okay, we'll continue on without her. So I'll move on to the next one.
Oh, isn't she coming back?
No, not from the sound of it.
Disappointing.
Lego Marvel Superheroes Infinity War sets officially revealed. I'm not really fussed over these personally.
The big one's pretty cool. The big the mansion kind of thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen any Marvel movies, so no idea. What's the big one called?
Scroll down.
Yeah, just go through them. Just show it at the end.
I'll start from bottom, work my way to the top again.
Is that another Milano or whatever it's called?
I don't know.
That's what it's called, isn't it? Milano spaceship or something?
I like that.
Yeah, that is cool. That's a cool set.
And some nice shaped parts in colours that are damn hard to get too, what's more.
Oh, it's like a bigger version of the Doctor Strange set from last year. Or yeah, last year I think, or 2016. I can't remember. It's like a bigger, better version of that. And it looks like it closes, so it's a complete building. That's pretty cool. Damn. Jason just said, "What? You haven't seen any?" I'm pretty sure I've seen Spider-Man. Does that count as Marvel?
Yeah.
Not the recent ones, the older, the Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. I saw those when I was younger, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Johnny G's comment, like a Doctor Strange dollhouse.
Yeah.
Can you just put that one back up on screen again? Yeah, that's not bad at all. What have they used in the top window, the round window? Can you zoom in on that at all?
I like how it closes to be a complete building. You can see that it closes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I think it's like a dome piece from the look of
right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a dome piece.
Right, yep.
It should have a closer image, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think you're coming down to detailed photos of it now.
It looks like a TIE fighter window.
Possible.
It's as close as I can get, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a TIE fighter window with cracks in it and stuff like that to make it look more like it's falling apart or something.
Yeah.
And they're using that building technique they started in the brick bank. So that's awesome. It's
the coming TIE fighter window.
Yeah.
Overall, the sets are not really pulling at me at the moment.
Decent amount of profile brick in it, though.
Yeah.
How many parts are in that set? It says it at the top of the listing.
1,000
parts. That's pretty cool. Damn.
That's a £100 set, whatever that's going to be in Australia. So, where's the name for this one so we know?
Yeah, I'm liking the colours in that one. That's
Thanos Ultimate Battle.
That's now the third Milano. Damn.
Oh, for those that build steampunk stuff, getting those warmer colours is really hard. The browns and the tans and the sort of in between browns are hard to find.
Yeah.
So
and dark orange.
Especially, you can get them in more generic parts, but to get some of the more specialist shape parts, and to get, this is the curved parts, and that are a good score.
I might be interested in just getting this one for this eye, man.
Yeah,
that looks awesome. Probably saying you can replicate it anyway. Next one. No, this is not the Hulkbuster UCS set. Still doesn't call to me, this Hulkbuster suit. It was the same with the previous one. It doesn't feel right. Every time I look at it, it just doesn't feel right in my mind as a Hulkbuster suit. All it is sitting inside. The minifig just sits inside. The real Hulkbuster suit, his arms physically go into the arms sections and that. Well, it would have been cooler.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I've not been really into the Hulkbuster Lego sets. Oh, there's Falcon. There's another Falcon coming out. This time, I see that he's got a brick-built wing set. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yes, very.
So that's that one. That is post. That's 60. Oh, okay. $69.90 US. My guess. My bets on that. What's this one? This one is I cannot pronounce that if my life depended on it. But this is the one that's got the Black Panther in it. Vision, if everyone's after Vision again. I can't even see what else is in that set because the picture's so small. Oh, Vision. Can't read the other two names. Oh, and Cutter. Nothing really special in that set. How much was that one? Let me see. Oh, no price. I put bets it's going to be expensive. It doesn't look like anything worthwhile to buy, guys, personally.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. It doesn't even have that play value in my mind. So all it is a wall. That's basically all it is. Now, this one's not too bad.
It has swooshability at least.
Oh, Bailey would say that.
Hey, it hasn't got swooshability.
Thor's Weapon Quest. That's an interesting one. I wouldn't mind it to get Groot. Wouldn't mind to get Groot and Rocket. It looks awesome. Yeah, sort of talking to me. I'll be.
Buy me, Adam, buy me, Adam, buy me.
It'll be intriguing to see what the teenage Groot. Yes, Flash fans, I agree. He looks cool. Hopefully I would like to know what the link will be with the Thor movie and the Black Panther movie. What comes out tomorrow's link is into the Infinity Wars, because usually they have those links intertwined as it goes. So this one is Outrider Dropship Attack, $30 set. I'm not sure what SGD is. I don't know. Oh, is that no. But that to me looks like a battle pack.
Right.
That seems a bit high for a battle pack. Unless that's an Asian thing.
Singapore dollar.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious we have a few people in the chat from the other side of the world because they're saying morning. And
I'll see.
Morning. Good night.
I'll see what currency that is. SGD. Pretty sure it's Singapore. Singapore dollar. So Singapore dollar is usually like 3 times as much as ours.
It seems a bit high.
Yeah, they're usually like 3 times as much as ours is.
Yeah, so if that was about the $10 mark, that'd actually be quite good value.
No, it wouldn't be 10. I think it's usually 3 times, but Lego seems to up our prices for everything, so it's not even.
Oh yeah, we'll be paying $30 for that. Just can see it.
Yeah. Oh, they know people want that for the minifigs, I think.
Yeah. Well,
I reckon it'd be 20. I reckon that'll be the price.
Yeah, when you're buying Lego generic stuff, I shouldn't say generic because it's not generic, but Lego's own themes, you quite often pick up 2 or 3 in a pack for $10 to $15. But when it's licensed stuff, you're usually paying well over the $20 mark for 3 figures at a minimum.
Well, personally, that sounds a bit
that's fair
high. Even Star Wars sets are not that high.
It'll be 20. It'll be $20.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
that's what I was saying. So
Because that's about on par with the Star Wars Battle prices with the piece count
Yeah.
they have. So
yeah. Oh, ABC's back. So yeah, no, not really fussed over it. But 100%, I will be looking at some of the Black Panther sets. I was intrigued with the Rhino one. I want to get that one. So yeah, no, the Black Panther movie is out tomorrow here in Australia. So if you want to get informed before the Infinity Wars come, make sure you check out that movie because it usually interlinks into the next Marvel movie.
Well, like I didn't miss anything I was interested in anyway.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like you're back and it's good connection this time.
Well, yeah, you're ready.
Touch wood.
Completely restarted, and the stupid computer decided I'm going to do updates now.
I thought that
they
the other day.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Working a lot better so far, so let's hope that was just the issue.
I hope so.
We hope so.
We hope so. So, well, while we have a quick little intro, we'll quickly run through who's here in the chat and say good day, since everyone's now popped in. So I'm just scrolling right to the top.
Just hang on a second.
No.
Don't hold on a second. Typical Darren. Yeah. Gotta be first.
And anybody watching back later, don't click off the video. We've got much more juicier news to come.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Hi, I am the Rick. B Ninjago. Johnny G. Douglas McBrick. Welcome.
Let's make Bricken.
Sorry. And the brick. John G. Jason Miller. G'day.
G'day, mate.
Who else is here?
Flash Pants.
Well, I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, you're about to.
I've got to make sure I missed anyone. Sorry, I'm a slow scroller because my eyes are not that quick. And Flash Pants.
And
I think. And Aussie Brick Chick. Oh, I can't forget.
As I commented in the chat, we do get quite a few UK subscribers and viewers. And it's nice to see them. Hey, you might have exported us all, but you exported the good ones.
So thank you guys for coming along for tonight. Let's continue on with the stream. And this one is actually a good one that was brought to you by ABC.
Yes.
You there, ABC?
Yeah. We've got an echo. It's not me.
Darren.
Well, I'm going through a revolving door.
So, brick. Hello. Ooh, we got static.
Well, it's not me.
Man.
Is it RRB? It's RRB. Cool.
I don't know. Was it me? Yeah.
I think it's RRB. RRB, unmute yourself.
No.
Let's just continue on anyway.
Okay. Brickolade.
Big super juicy news. just been announced today to the public. Been sitting on this news for about a week.
Yeah.
Good.
So now that it's been publicly announced, Bricklade is now part of something bigger this year. The Kids Gigantic Day Out. So South Australia's premier let's just say a side event in a bigger event.
Sad.
And it's come to very mixed reviews because of communication between the organisers and the people that are in charge of the Lego side of things. So, yes, quite a bit of discord. I know that some of the people that had merchandise stands there were a bit miffed because none of this was communicated in the application process. It was just thrust on them and they were expected to be excited, but their fears have been allayed because there are no other merchandise stalls coming to the show. It will only be the Lego ones. Bricklade is supposed to be like a major feature of this, but it has 4 different zones, so and takes up a very large part of the convention center. I'm assuming. I've never been there myself, but yeah, some people are excited about it and think it's awesome. Some people are like blindsided because it wasn't communicated effectively to the people involved. But that's what happens when you're a volunteer. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a bit miffed over it all. Sorry, I'm echoing.
No, you're not.
I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anyway. So I just turned my sound out of mine, and hopefully it's not distracting. Okay, yeah, I'm a bit miffed over it all. It's a huge commitment as a fan to do this, as an exhibitor. And to basically have the thunder stolen from your event is not really on. I mean, I am a member of Southern Bricks, even though I haven't exhibited over there.
Mm.
And I do think the luggers handle it very, very fairly.
Yeah.
They've been very diplomatic about it all, but I could understand why most of them are really fuming. Well, they're not saying as much publicly. I'll say it for them because, quite honestly, this isn't on. You know, it's when you're running as a Lego event and you're the biggest Lego event in the state, to basically have it cut by being a part of a bigger event is really not fair. And you know, you've got a huge commitment for most people to do this. Even locally, they're up for $500 more commitment for the weekend. To do it as an interstater, you're up in the $1,000+ mark to come in, and then to also have the size of your display limited. That again is another big call, because how do you get the good displays if you're going to limit the size? I mean, if we see something like the pyramid that went up at Brickvention this year, you know, you're looking at about 8 tables worth. Huge damn thing, you know.
Yeah,
it's how can you do that? I mean, it's not, you know, you're just not going to get the big exhibitors if you don't allow them to have decent amount of table space.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
Okay. Well, from what I've been told, table space is not actually a problem, although people have been communicated to that, oh, you need to take up less space for space purposes. So there's been a lot of miscommunications along the way.
Yeah, I honestly, I haven't communicated much with the community over it.
Yeah.
Sitting back
and pretty much the organisers are selling this as you know, attendance has dropped, so we're bringing in this to bring attendance up. But if you look at the Australian Lego shows, like all around the nation, including the commercial ones, have all seen a drop in attendance because of saturation point, and also people are just like, they're spoiled for choice. There's too many events on. You know, when you're looking at things like Ryan McNaught having 3 shows touring 2 countries, yeah, it gets past the point of saturation point. I've read people complain and say that Brickvention wasn't what they were expecting, and that they're going to Ryan McNaughton's show because they wanted something different. It's like, well, what do you expect? You're going to a fan show. There are awesome things there, but it's a different kind of show to somebody who is essentially considered like a master builder in his craft.
Yeah.
And his crew, obviously, because it's not just Ryan McNaught.
No, he's the designer.
Yeah, so, he well, not always. If you've read some of the exhibits, quite often he's not the designer either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess you could look at it on the flip side of that's good because, then he's developing people to have their own talents, but they're coming under the Brickman banner. And are they developing really their own name? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I find Ryan's limiting what we can do with shows as a fan.
Yeah. And, not to try and bring it back to the Ryan McNaught versus the rest of the Lego fan community thing. That seems to be an ongoing issue. But his promoters are aggressively attacking Lego fan shows that are run by people who are volunteers.
It's not fair.
It's not fair, and at the end of the day, he's a business, and he can do what he likes. But yeah, it's a bit of a stab in the back. But what can you do about it?
But the thing is, in the past, when he wasn't going against us at Brickvention, we actually invited him to exhibit some of his bigger models, which was actually good advertising for him. So he's really done himself out of that in a way. I can't speak for the committee. Please, anyone watching this is my own personal opinion. I'm not speaking for Muggs. I'm just saying that in the past we did actually have him exhibiting big models. It hasn't happened in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, it didn't really help us here in Queensland with his model. It didn't really draw in any additional people in.
No. If anything, it had the opposite effect.
Yeah, we've reached saturation on a lot of levels. And, okay, another Lego movie might bring the hype up again. But I think the point is, we also have to look at our shows on a slightly different level.
Yeah.
And see if that happens.
And I'm guessing this is where the people that are from the convention centre at Adelaide are coming from, is that they're trying to diversify the event. It's like if you had a farm and you only, had sheep and, sheep weren't selling, you diversify. So from that perspective, it makes good business sense. But from a community's perspective, it's the communication. They could have better communicated it in a way that, even if it came down to, okay, this is everyone needs to sign a non-disclosure agreement before this information is given to you. Have legal clauses and such, and let people know before it's announced, more than a week. I think just having it thrown upon them, everyone that heard it was initial shock, and then some of their fears were allayed quite quickly. And I'm assuming that the rest will be addressed in due course. But
let's hope so.
This is the thing when you deal with it's a commercial entity. They're there to make money. And, they want to stay commercially viable for the foreseeable future. So it's one of those double-edged sword things. I must admit, it took me by surprise, but at the same time, because I'm not physically attending the event, it's not really going to impact me that much. But yeah, bit of a shock. Don't know how some of the adult fans are going to take it with it being promoted as a full-on kids event. Are they going to have an adults session somewhere, where it's not 50 bajillion kids hyped up with Nerf guns?
And lots of red cordial. It's... In
my mind, Brick Events has been trying to diversify, and they have been struggling with the competition from Ryan McNaught as well. And they're getting to the point they're not sharing half the information with us until they have to try and get ahead of them.
Yeah, it's a fine line, but I think because it was something brand new, something so different, you have to communicate it somehow. Without, like they expected everyone to be excited about it without communicating it properly. Like they didn't think about it from the perspective of the person with the Lego that was doing all the awesome stuff. And the thing is that they no longer have somebody who's an intermediary between the people that build the Lego and the people that are running the shows anymore. So that's, a problem.
Yeah. It's just really sad though that these shows are not being seen in a serious sense. That a lot of us AFL, as Douglas has pointed out in the chat, art. A lot of us make some very serious art. It's not just about. We use the brick as an art form. I mean, I'm an artist in many different medias. I just choose to use Lego as one because it's a damn challenge.
Yeah.
When you're restricted by the part type, you really are very much so have to be even more creative than any other media I work in because you are restricted by the shapes that you can use. And I take my hat off to those guys that really make amazing sculptures that Lego. For me, it's dioramas or vignettes, but I still do some sculpture and things like that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm working on some stuff. I haven't shown any of it yet, but really serious sculpture work takes a damn long time to get right.
Yeah.
We'll pull it down dozens of times so we're happy.
I know at the last show that we did in Coffs Harbour, I had to actually pull up a guy that was complaining that it wasn't like the shows that he remembered in the 80s or whatever it was when he was a kid, with all the big models that were made by Lego.
Yeah.
And I had to pull him up and remind him that this is a fan event. Each of the people that you see, building stuff here, these are their personal collections. We don't get Lego given to us by Lego. Well, not in the quantities that you'd imagine. Like, what is gifted to lugs is tiny by the comparison to what some commercial entities have to play with. And so, you're looking at thousands of dollars worth of Lego, but that's, thousands of dollars that came out of an individual's pocket, and they're not getting paid to be there. They're not getting remunerated in a way that is substantial. They're being treated as artists that are getting exposure.
And most of the time, we're out of pocket a big way.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, if we go to an interstate show, we're out at least $1,500.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I dropped about $2,000 to take me and hubby to Brickvention.
Yeah, I'm talking per head.
That's that's a lot of money, and that's not even really taking into account food and stuff like that. That was just like the trip and the accommodation.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it was not a cheap trip for us to go down the cost, but luckily Brick Events came through and helped a lot of us with fuel costs to get down and our accommodation. So
you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But so Bricolade, big changes this year. So hopefully lots of people will still go and won't be perturbed by the fact that it's being advertised as a massive kids event.
I'm just hoping it doesn't flop out on them, because that could be the death of the show too.
That is true. But at the end of the day, it could be a blessing in disguise that Southern Bricks could turn around and find themselves a better deal elsewhere. Go back to being smaller, because they started, sprinting, not, walking. They went from nothing to this massive show.
Yeah. Well, brick events, they started off small. And now we're basically at the point we are struggling to keep up because I feel in some ways brick events did jump a little bit too fast.
They jumped the shark a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean,
a little bit.
Just a tiny fraction.
But
the good thing is that they take the show to places that don't normally get Lego shows, and I think that's the key. Maybe for future for other groups that they need to go to the places where there aren't big things. Stay away from your major cities.
That's the other thing with brick events. A lot of investment has gone starting up this company too. They had to go from square one to get what they need now to do touring shows, and now they've gone from Coffs Harbour to Cairns, and it sort of is good, but they're still trying to get that right balance in between everything.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think
we've whipped that dead horse enough.
Yeah, we've taken all the flesh off, but it's a skeleton now.
It's an ongoing issue, and hopefully, when a Lego movie comes out that doesn't completely suck.
Yeah,
not saying that the Ninjago movie was completely crap or Batman movie was completely crap. It just didn't have the same wow as the first movie.
I just had to giggle at Douglas's comment. Sand sculpture people get paid; they get the sand for free. Go figure. Actually, what a lot of people don't realise is that when they do sand sculptures, they actually bring in special sand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they usually bring in special sand for that stuff. So yeah, they do get paid quite well. Believe me, the guys do it well.
They're artists.
Yeah, they'll get $5,000-6,000 for a week's work, and that's fair enough because it's worth it.
It's a lot of work.
They bring a lot of people to town when they put a show on. You can talk. The ones that they run down here in Victoria on the main beaches, bring 500,000 people extra over the summer easily. I mean, if you're paying $50,000-60,000 to get a half dozen artists there or so, that's money well spent. If you're bringing 500,000 extra visitors to the area, who are probably going to spend on average at least $50 to $100 each while they're there for the day.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, off topic.
Yeah, well, it's still sculpture. We're talking about sculpture and artists, so really not so much. But yeah, people don't realise that we do these shows out of our own pockets. In most cases, very very few do we get paid for. And consider that in Europe, most people actually have to pay to display. So in that case, who's making the money there?
Yeah,
and of course.
And for what I've heard as feedback from Lego, I'm not sure it's Lego Australia or Lego Denmark, that they believe that adult fans of Lego are letting their art go for too little.
Oh, for sure.
They should be in charge of their own shows. It's like, well, if you want that, Lego, if you're watching, maybe you should start sponsoring shows and ponying up even if it's just the venue fee, that would go a long way for a lot of these really talented builders to be able to do really wow shows.
Well, the thing is, we're getting partial to support on venue hire. Then some of the money that comes through the door can actually go back to paying the exhibitors to produce better results. Yeah,
I think the problem is when you're talking about your lugs and most of them have incorporated bodies involved, that you can't actually under state laws pay. You can't give them money, but you can remunerate, you can reimburse them for things, I guess, if receipts are provided. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it varies from state to state, but I'm pretty sure in Queensland you can't just hand money over.
No. And if costs were covered, you'd be.
I know over in New Zealand, up until recently, they were doing it was like a share situation where everyone would put in money into the pot, and they'd put on the show, and then they'd divide the money up at the end by the number of exhibitors.
Yeah.
And everyone would get their investment back plus
Yeah.
You know, however much profit was made divided by the number of exhibitors, and it apparently must work very well. And they don't charge very much for their tickets either.
No,
They
and
get
they're
lots of
relying
feet
on
through the
numbers
door.
through the door to get their money back, and that's the difference.
But now they're getting the same impact. Ryan
Yeah.
McNaught is going over to New Zealand and doing the same thing to their shows. So thanks, promoters.
Yeah. What's pretty sad is that we just don't get access to the parts like they do overseas. You know, we see some of the mocks that are built overseas, and we just go, "Wow, I wish we could get access to those parts that easily." I mean, how do they get access to like 10,000 2x4 dark blue grey bricks as an example, as we see in some builds? You just don't. We can't get hold of those numbers at any cost. You know.
Well, lugs themselves can apply for like a project to be like sourced for the Lego.
Yeah,
but
no, I understand that with lugs. I'm talking
you
about
have to buy it. Lego doesn't give you the Lego, that you have to buy that.
Oh, yeah, of course you
Lego.
have to buy it. Yeah, but just being able to get access to it would be better.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
You can't buy stuff at bricks and pieces type prices. You'd never be able to build anything. You know.
Pretty much. Well, that's why Bricklink exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I've got some interesting comments in the chat. Derby Dragon saying they organised the Lego Fan Weekend before it became the How do you say that? Scareback Fan Weekend?
Scaremongering.
As a test to see if Lego could understand how shows work.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I don't think they quite have a complete grasp of the disparity in Australia and how far away places are from each other. Like in Europe, it's easy for like different countries to come together in one country and do something. But in Australia, it's like it's a massive investment just to go from, say, Queensland to Melbourne, or I don't know, from one end of Queensland to the other. Like if we were to go to Cairns, it's almost as far as Melbourne.
Well, I'd like to point out, just from Brisbane to Sydney is nearly 1,000-kilometre trip, and that is a trip and a half. I guess same Sydney to Melbourne, roughly.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is that it's a for people in Europe, it's a much different experience because they're so close to the factories. They can get cheaper products more readily. This isn't a diss on Lego. Like it's just a hey, this
is what we need.
A completely different country. We have different needs.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Most of you guys live in Queensland, so I'm like left alone.
Darren doesn't live in Queensland.
I know Darren does it, but most of you do. I'm left alone in New South Wales. I thought more people would live in New South Wales than Queensland's community, but apparently not. So.
No, there won't be anyone left in Mexico either soon because they're all going to Queensland.
Yeah, they keep moving up here.
I think people are ruining we have a lot of love. Well, for years it was the opposite. Queensland, we felt like we were left out of everything up here. It took us years to actually finally get a stable lug system up here. So, and even then, some of them are a little bit iffy.
Yeah, okay, we're not going to get into lug politics.
No, not going to.
No interest in lug politics.
Not just that one. I've heard there's been a couple of smaller lugs have had similar problems, but I think some of them almost ironed out the wrinkles, as the saying goes. Let's hope everything goes well in the future for lugs around Australia, and let's hope North doesn't kill the system.
Yes. The other thing I've also heard is thank you to the Border Force and the all the paperwork and stuff that they've changed up for imports. Now Australian lugs no longer get paid event support because it's so complicated. It gets held up in customs. You have to argue with them that, no, I'm not a retailer. You know, we're just volunteer. You know, we're fans. This is, you know, this is an order that belongs to multiple people. Like, I'm surprised that we've still got lug bulk.
Yeah. And that could be killed for the same reason very soon.
Yeah, and I've heard New Zealand complain over and over again, oh, we don't get paid sport, we don't get paid sport. So for anyone who's not up with how our lugs work, our lugs do certain things during the year, activities and meet agreements with Lego, and in exchange they get support for their events. Usually it's, you know, some sets to thank the exhibitors, some loose bits and pieces, you know, for people to better their displays. And they usually have some paid event support options so that you can buy stuff to enhance, you know, the event for the participants, the exhibitors. So it's been a good ride up until now. Well, last year, the year before. This has been an ongoing problem for a couple of years now, and Lego's just throwing their hands up in the air and gone, this is too hard.
Yeah.
And it's all the Australian government's problem, but it's their fault.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Lego, we need manufacturing in Australia.
Wouldn't that be nice?
We also need a real Legoland too.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're working on it.
Where the hell is the real Legoland? It's taking them ages.
Yeah, well, the real Legoland needs to go in Melbourne.
No, it'll be here.
Oh, Melbourne has shite weather though. 4 seasons in one day.
It could be indoors.
Why do you think all the people from
That's
Victoria
what the Discovery
moving up
Centre
here?
is, Darren.
No.
That's why they built the Discovery Centre.
My actual
weather in Melbourne is so unpredictable.
Hey, you get 22 seasons in a day, mate.
22 seasons. Is that like the 42 genders?
But
Whatever ridiculous
the issue
number.
is the state government is backing Crown Casino for a huge new development. If they actually put that money into helping Lego set up a really decent Legoland here, I'm sure it'll bring more people internationally than the Crown Casino ever would, for sure.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, people don't want to go to Melbourne.
You think Lego fans are? You seen gamblers? Holy crap!
Oh, yeah.
Every night.
But, yeah. We're talking about a small. Put it this way: it's not also about the numbers of people. It's also about what you're supporting. I'd rather them supporting a family-orientated business than a gambling one.
Nah, they're all about the money, the keno.
Of course, it's all about this.
But you've already got a Discovery Centre. What are you talking about?
We haven't got anything, so that means we're in the.
Yeah. This is where.
Oh, right, okay. So this is why
Legoland
Sydney
going to be
doesn't
New
have
South
it.
Wales.
Sydney's got everything. They're pushed out there, and we're always left all the little scraps in Queensland. Between Sydney and Melbourne, Queensland's left in the dust.
So this is why Sydney doesn't have an LDC at the moment, because you're actually getting the Legoland. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I see.
No,
You heard it here first, folks.
No, Darren, they're actually getting a Lego store this year.
Yeah, I realise that.
I just don't know when and where.
Wait, are we actually?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
That has been the word for the last 2 years, and it's gone in order of how it was supposed to be done.
That's enough trolling.
Yeah. No, that's how it's supposed to go. Originally, it was going to be Sydney first, but because of what Dreamworld did, they got the exclusive area first. And because the Discovery Centre was open, they got second dibs.
They'll probably put it in some remote place because they're not going to fit it in the city. They'll put it outside of Sydney, miles outside, where I will take me hours to get there.
I'll laugh if it turns out up at Bondi Beach.
Oh God, that's a disaster.
Yeah, that would really screw with everyone.
Build it on the beach, in front of the water.
That's what they did to the Dreamworld one. That's in a really inconvenient place to get to.
You got to build it on the beach. You got to swim to the entrance.
Speaking of beaches, that other bit of news we had.
Hold on. I cannot find any hints of that news. It's all disappeared.
Oh,
So
come
I
on.
think we can't share it. It's all gone.
What's
It's all
disappeared?
gone. What do you mean it's all gone?
What
It's
disappeared?
not there. Everything what was posted is gone.
What was posted?
What are you talking about?
Fill us in. Fill us in.
About our next show.
Oh,
Not that.
Oh. I
The
was trying to get.
beach. The Lego beach.
Oh. Well, we'll have to do that instead of the show because for some reason all the information's been taken off online.
What do you mean it's all been taken off online?
It's nowhere to be found.
I like Douglas's comment. We can convert the tennis Senate precinct into Legoland. I'm with you, mate. And we could give a nod back to what it was by building a huge giant tennis ball out of Lego.
Ugh. Melbourne needs to lose their tennis. Or move it to summer. Winter.
Adam,
Winter.
it's there on their website. What are you on about?
It wasn't there when I looked a minute ago.
It's because they have you've got to click it.
No,
You've
on
done
their
something.
Facebook it's not there, I meant.
No, you expect them to be that organised. It's on their website. Anyway, can we talk about the Lego beach?
Yeah. You got the information? I don't.
No,
Is this the beach where the Lego washes up on quite frequently?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Many a
21
beaches.
years ago today.
How many years ago?
21 years ago today.
Sergeant Pepper and the band started to play.
wait, was that the boat that sunk?
Yeah.
The shipping container went overboard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
it was
Lego
hit-
from that. I have Lego from that.
Oh, cool. It was hit by a freak wave. Shipping containers went over. It wasn't just the Lego one. It was lots of other things as well. But it's still washing up on the beach even like today. There's a website on Facebook that is people at beachcombers at that area
It's
who
in my
post
drawer.
their fines. So there were fines posted just in January, end of January. So they're still finding stuff even today.
Anyway. Yeah, so I was part of the Facebook group that the Lego lost at sea.
That's the one.
And I made a comment once about I'd love to have some of that. Not implying it, I just said I'd love to have some of that Lego from that boat. And this lady messaged me. She's like, "Oh, I can send you some for free." I'm like, okay, that'd be cool. Thank you. Here it is. Here. So there was a parts from the 1990s Aquanaut sets. So the hoses. It's all like sea damage. That.
That is so cool.
And then one of the flippers, which is a very discolored and all that. So, and then also a little flower in one of the petals.
Oh, cool.
But I would have paid her to get a dragon or something because there was a lot of dragons on that container. So, but I didn't want to
the
ask
dragon's apparently the most rare to find, followed by the octopus.
Yeah, well, they find a lot of them. So I was going to ask, but I didn't want to sound rude. I said I would have paid for it and everything, but I didn't bother asking.
But yeah, it's cool and scary at the same time that 21 years later they're still washing up on shore.
Yeah,
and not just
scary.
on that beach either. Like they found stuff in North America.
Yeah, they have.
And I
Makes
think
you wonder how it travels all over the world, doesn't it?
on the tides, obviously.
Inside
There's
fish,
Lego
inside
floats.
birds.
But yeah, in some ways it's disturbing because there's an awful lot of plastic wreckage in the oceans. And when you see how much plastic washes up on this particular shore, it's astounding, like absolutely astounding. I swear I don't see that much plastic rubbish on Australian beaches, well, locally here anyway.
One thing with with ABS, it actually sinks rather than floats like most of the other plastics that are causing dramas in the ocean. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's only the currents what push it up. So, yeah, fun things.
For those of you who aren't aware, I'm also a fairly keen bird watcher as well, and the amount of plastic that's been proven to travel from one end of the world inside birds' stomachs is incredible. Because they'll actually put microdots on it and things like that, and they find it, or they put bits out with GPS trackers and things like that, and they find it on the other side of the world. It's just astounding. There's actually an entire beach in Hawaii that's actually made from plastics.
Yeah.
That have washed up. That's really sad.
That is sad.
And they're constantly trying to clean them up too.
I suppose you could look at it, it's the modern equivalent to glass beaches. Just, we see it as rubbish, and it's a lot more detrimental to the environment.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Bailey scared me now. Do I get in trouble?
No.
This was like 3 years ago, Bailey, so they might have changed their policy since then.
Yeah, they're very hard line on the environmental factors, so...
Yeah, but he reckons that those 3 pieces belong to the shipping company.
Well, yes.
Technically they do.
Although...
no, not under maritime law. It is now classified as a salvage item after a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll find there's like a limitation of liability there.
Yeah.
And besides, it's second-hand and worn now.
Yeah, it's destroyed. It's not like, they're going to find everything and put the shipping container back together. There was like a million parts on that container, like, far out.
Anyway.
Now if the person can actually find the shipping container and get it up, now that would be awesome.
I think you'll find the shipping container must have been damaged, hence things coming out of it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. If you could find the actual physical shipping container. But the question is, where did it go down? And
21 years, mate. It'll be rusty.
When it went down, that wasn't in the era where they could set a GPS point. It was not, that technology wasn't there at the time. GPS was, but like how we got it today, we can set a marker on a device.
Yeah.
You couldn't do back then. So
anyway, I found it was just a really interesting story, and that came up on my Facebook feed as this was the anniversary of when it all actually the event happened, and the Lego was set free into the ocean. A free little Lego.
But, yeah. Oh, she's hot. I'm talking about temperature.
Oh, wow. Someone found a Lego shipment crate lid, probably the rarest find of the disaster.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That is pretty rare.
Give Bailey time, he'll hunt it down.
Lego crates are pretty cool.
I would hate to see.
When Lego actually designs their own crates and produce them, yes, they are awesome.
It's I'd hate to see what Bailey would wind up with an unlimited budget. He would be chasing stuff down. He'd spend his whole life obsessively chasing stuff down, I'm sure. And it'd be worth funding him. We've had shows like American Pickers, things like that. I reckon we should crowdfund Bailey to go chasing the world for Lego rarities.
No, Lego Picker.
Yeah.
Oh, like Pickers, only Lego.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh. Copyright.
I love that comment, Durfee. That's all right. No worries, mate. I don't have a single credit card to my name. I'm not allowed.
Okay, now I finally found the information I was after. We can continue on. Are we ready, ABC?
Ready
No.
for what?
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Damn
Well,
it,
have you got it? You can announce it's your show.
This is the heck. I'm trying to get it up on screen share. Brook Events is coming to Bundaberg.
Who's building the giant bunny rum bottle?
That's the downside. We're not allowed to do stuff like that because it's supposed to be a child-friendly event.
It's not kid-friendly.
Oh, you can build a giant Bundy bear then.
Well, that's even worse.
I've heard rumors that this year's color of 2x4 is white, so that could be a possibility.
Woohoo!
So Saturday and Sunday, the 7th and 8th of July. This time it's the middle of school holidays. Yay! And it's in a brand new venue for Bundaberg. I'll just share an overshot. Here's Bundaberg. If I zoom out, you'll see the river. And then you got the race course and that down here. Airport over here. So that gives you a good look where it is. And it's here, what used to be the old Showground sites in Bundaberg. Is this new brand spanking new building open? Only stage 1 opened last year. Stage 2 only opened on the 28th of January. It is a big venue. It's a multi-use centre with its own PCYC all attached, and a big massive hall with plenty of car parking and very centralised location. So hopefully that'll be a good show for us, and I hope everyone who is in Bundaberg will come along and support the show.
Yeah, let's hope so. Love to be able to get to it, maybe next year. You're doing this one multiple years, I assume.
No, the regional events, we always go somewhere different.
Unless it's a good venue and they can make their money back, then they'll go back every 2 years, like they did with Colts.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, no, I'm excited about it. We're being actually told we need to fill a lot of space. So they put us on a bare minimum of 2 tables at the show. So I'm currently working on some additional models to maybe fill the 3rd table up. I'm going to do, if everyone's watched the build stream the other night on Aussie Brick Chicks channel, I was actually in the middle of designing Lego cane trains. I've already done the steam engine one. If you can reach it.
So are you building a sugar mill to go along with that cane train set?
Not this time around. A little bit too much of an effort. As you can see, I've got an old Bundy. It's an old Bundy class steam engine.
Sweet build, mate.
A lot of work went into that. Thanks to our friend Keith. He was giving me a lot of tips on how it should have been built. So, and I've also been sitting down. The next item I'm actually in the process of designing is what's it? Coolum. What used to be on the Sunshine Coast. It was Bobo. What do you call it? Cane train tram. It used to run up and down Howard Street in Nambour when the mill used to be at Nambour. The mill used to be in Nambours. So that's going to be a cool thing. I've also designed some cane bins to go with it, and I've got to design some cane whole stick carriages for the steam engine. So hopefully that'll be all awesome for the Bundaberg show. So guys, I hope to see you there if you're in Bundaberg, if you're watching this after the
so are you doing old school carriages where they put the long cane on it, or the cage type ones?
Yeah. It's called whole stalk.
Yeah, whole stalk. Yep.
Whole stalk.
That look cool.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to try and track down one by one round bricks to use for the cane. So yeah, that's going to be fun games to find in big bulk.
Yeah.
In time. So
I would have thought rods might have looked better, but yeah, again, it's a matter you've got to better them, we can line it.
Yeah, I've already especially for the modern bin, it'll look better with the 1x1 round plates.
Yeah.
They might be big, but
so what colour are you looking to do that in?
Tan.
Tan. Yeah.
Tan seems like the colour everyone's been using out there. So unless there's a better colour I discover, that's what it's gonna be. Other than that, guys, only other little bit of news is watch out. Big news coming soon. I can share a little bit about it now. I am starting up a Patreon page where you can become a supporter of Inside the Brickbox Lego Community News and all its new content. What I've got in the works. Not going to share what's to come, but it's going to be a lot of video production for me over the next few months. Also, I'll be working a little bit more on getting my set lighting finished. Also, I'll be getting more production value ready. Hopefully, I'll start getting some of the newer videos out in March with the Patreon channel to be probably published early next month, late end of March. So keep your eyes out for that, guys. There's a lot of cool rewards for supporting Inside the Brickbox Lego Community channel. The only reason why I'm doing this is I'm not going to be having advertising after this month, so I've already dumped advertising because it's not working for me, and I prefer to share my videos without any advertising in the beginning or at the end. But it will be worth becoming a Patreon supporter, getting early access to some of my video content anywhere up to a week before. So thank you for everyone in the panel. Thank you for RRB for bouncing in and out.
That's what she said.
I bounced too.
Thank you for ABC for rebooting.
Stop.
And Darren from Speaking to Echo.
I was bouncing a ball, you weirdo.
In the end, guys, I ended up working out. I played around with camera control. I can still hear the echo, but I've got the echo under control that it's not overwhelming everyone at the moment. So thank you for everyone in the chat for coming along. This is Inside the Brickbox Lego Community News for this Valentine's Day. I hope to see you next week. Don't forget ABC has got her
Aussie
stream.
Brick Chick.
He really hates that. Aussie Brick Chick has her stream on Friday. I'm surely not going to be there this time because it didn't work out. Doing it through Nana's internet at my parents' place. Disturbed my mother, so I will not be on the stream. Sorry about that, guys, but I'll be back next week on her stream. Until then, guys, stay safe and keep on building. Don't forget, rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
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 You gonna say bye, Araby?
See ya.
Okay, bye.